Hello, everybody, and welcome to No Bones Fight Talk here in association with CJ Wassell Roofing Solutions. And we are here today with Liam Smith, also more affectionately known as Ginge from Shardhen. Ginge, how's it going, my friend?
I'm okay, thank you, brother. How are you?
I'm good, thank you
Oh,
very
good.
much. How's today been? Busy day?
Yeah, it's been a busy day. Got up, set my shop up. So I got there about 9, 10. Set the shop up, got a bargain shop. So set all that up and then I've been there till about 5. Then my pal come down and we went to the gym. So I got a few rounds in. First time I've done any for a while. So yeah.
Well, we saw you not too long ago in Birmingham on your BKFC debut, and we know you're a grafter from watching that fight, mate. So I can tell that you're a grafter on your day to day as well. How are you feeling after that fourth round KO victory just a few
Oh,
weeks ago?
fantastic, mate. To be honest, I got a big I done better than what I thought. I thought everything went better than what I thought. It took me a few days, and even now, like sometimes I think, did I actually do that? Do you know what I mean? Because you see, where you, I go to that venue. That venue is the best venue in Birmingham, hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to probably easily 5 shows there. Matchroom, Boxer, Queensbury. I've been to them all. What I've been there. And at the first fight, since that first bell goes, that first fight, there was thousands in there cheering me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. The- it was it was more busier and it was more livelier than when you had a world title fight the week before.
Listen, mate, we were in the house for that evening, and I think you brought the energy that night, mate. You was there from your fight which was a great fight to watch yourself. It was a bit of back and forth with Rafael Vitoski there, and what we noticed, we were selling it on the night. You was there, you was bouncing around, you were speaking to everybody, big smile on your face, bringing the energy, bringing the atmosphere all night long, mate. And it was a pleasure to meet you that night and to have you around.
Ah,
To be honest,
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. Yeah, to be honest, it was like a historic moment for Birmingham. That was, and from the word go, I had the pleasure of opening the show, and the big Americans know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? You
you
save the
do.
best till last, but you wanna open the show with
Yeah, that's
something. Do you
right.
know what I mean? You have to open the show with something great, and it
Yeah,
sets the night on fire.
you
And
need to
that's what
grip
they've
people
done.
from beginning.
Yeah, and that's what they've done. And fair play to everyone, because I know there was a load there who missed my fight and was trying to get there. They didn't realise they put me on first.
All
And you know
rushing in.
what? For the people who was actually there and got there on time and that, they loved it, man. Like, it was proper.
Yeah,
Best thing I've
Ginge.
ever done.
No, so that's brilliant. Were there any nerves going into it? Because you had a change of opponent at last minute, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Could have been Rob Cunningham. Is that right?
yeah.
Did that knock you? You started a little bit slow, didn't you? You said yourself it took you a couple
I
of rounds to
feel
get.
like, do you know what it is? I feel like I'm a bit of a slow starter, but now you've got to imagine that was my 13th fight in a ring, my first bare knuckle, the big stage. Like, even if it wasn't as big stage and all of that, it's still the first bare knuckle with a trained athlete. We've all had punch ups and that pubs, do you know what I mean? But when you've got a trained athlete and the knuckles are hitting off the top of your head or skimming hitting your shoulder, or it's scary, it's real, it's unreal, do you know what I mean? Like, I understand why the lads do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, it's the top of the game, and it's the next level stuff. You know what I mean? There is, and we will touch on that in a minute. There is fighting in a pub car park, and you know where I'm going to go with that, mate. But then there's fighting in an arena, a big arena in a big city like in Birmingham, like you did. Open up a
Yeah,
big show, a big title show with a local legend on there fighting another BKFC legend, mate. It's another level, and you took it all in your stride,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, and I feel like obviously I had to try and adapt to everything what was going on. Now, when I was in that ring and and they're calling my name, they're calling your man's name, I'm looking across and I got this big horrible Polish lad coming to do me in, and I'm looking and I'm like, feel like, have you ever played? It's this game on the VR. Yeah, it's like a VR headset. It's called For the Thrill of the Fight. It's about £6. Got this thingy, and it's a boxing game. And what it is, you go through these levels, Right, so imagine that, but it's like 3 round fights, you're sweating and that. It's brilliant, this game. And after you get so far, you get to like the big league and you're just getting belted. Do you know what I mean? It just adds some kind of element, like I've been here before, man. Do you know what I mean? Just off the game.
I've
Well,
not
that
played it
fight,
myself. I've not played it myself. I'm a bit scared of running face first into TV and becoming a viral video, mate. To be honest.
Yeah.
was that a part of training regime, Ginge?
Nah, I had one before years ago, but I just like it was just the way everything was just new. Like I've fought in I fight on my own shows, and you know what? They're really good, and I bring a good crowd. And what we're doing with the Peaky Promotions, I have to get that in. That's my
Oh yeah,
promotion with my mates, and we have had some fantastic nights. We've put some real good nights on, but there was like that BKFC have set levels in Birmingham, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's the best event what ever to happen, I'd say.
Oh, they'll definitely be back. That's for sure, won't
100%, 100%.
they? Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Peaky Promotions, then, mate. Like you say, this is a promotion that you are getting off the ground yourself with a few friends in that local area, and you know you're branching out a bit further, not just in this country, in other countries. And that, do you want to tell us a little bit about that and where you're going with that in your own words?
Yes, so the Peaky Promotions probably started maybe just over a year ago, just over a year. We're on so we've had 3 big shows, 3 big events, and now we've dropped it down now because we've got so many people wanting to get involved. I can't put on all these big shows because you need ticket sellers, you need to find it. You can't just put everyone on. So what we've done now, I've brought it to my local pub, but where I brought it to my local pub, I actually wanted to do this about 6 years before I even went viral. That was my whole plan, is to put a little boxing event on at my local pub. So now it was our first contenders, basically. So we just got a few local lads, see if they cut the mustard. No one was no spectacular fighter or anything like that. And to be honest, half of them couldn't fight out themselves out of a wet paper bag. And I'll be honest, but I'll tell you something, what it was guaranteed entertainment value for money from the third go. It was atmosphere. So you was there. You've had the atmosphere at the BKFC, and that was some fantastic atmosphere. The best hit the bar. Imagine I've got that same kind of atmosphere in my local boozer, mate, with fucking 2 lads who haven't really done a day's training in their life, but they just draw the crowd.
So, what's the ring
great.
setup in the local boozer
then? Basically, I can fit a few hundred up in the room, a little ring. But it's more of just letting the average man have a chance. And because we've got a big platform, as in Bromlife, that's like one of my good friends, business partner within the Peakies. He's got like the biggest urban news page, growing 300,000 followers, all of that. So whenever we get posted on there and it's just massive. The whole place is talking about it and everything. So it's like a good team effort with the Peaky Promotions.
So what were the idea behind that originally? Just you and a couple of lads got together, a couple of friends?
Yeah, I've always been trying to do my own shows. I've done a couple with my mate Bowser Boss a few years ago called Ginge's Dingers, and they grabbed a good crowd in and everything, and it all started from then. But before even then, the main thing I wanted to do was put an event on in my local pub, and I'd actually done it 6 years later, 5, 6 years later, and it was fantastic.
Oh,
and it's
awesome.
them good nights what might keep the place open because they can earn its money on them days. I mean,
and does that all tie in with your anti-knife crime stuff, the knives down, gloves up? So
So obviously I've got that Peakies, but then I've just become an ambassador of boxing in Sierra Leone, where I went over there last year, fought the military champion. I had the best time of my life over there. And then I had to go back, and then I basically got stranded.
How did you get them connections, James, for over Sierra Leone? Because don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm sure it was great, but it's a mad country to have them connections to go. And I have seen footage of it, and I've seen you going out there with your rock star style, sat on top of cars and getting stuff. How did that come about?
So this one lad, nice bloke, whose name Mark Spratley, and he wanted to do some stuff. He approached me off online. And he's like, "Oh, do you want to fight in Sierra Leone? I'll set this thing up, bro." I'm going, yeah, sound. I'll do that. I'll jump at the chance. I'll never turn down anything. thought I'll give that a go. And a few other people got offered it, but they didn't go through with it. So it took like over 2 years till I actually got in the ring with him. So I was saying I'm going to Africa to fight your man in Sierra Leone. Furthest I've ever been was Tenerife, was 5 years ago. I ain't been anywhere. You know what I mean? And I just stuck at it. It kept getting postponed, and everyone's like, it ain't gonna happen. So everyone in England's going, you're full of crap, mate. Ain't gonna happen. You're lying. And then they had it over there. You're not gonna get someone from England to come here and fight our military champion. And I landed there. I did.
Take over, please.
And you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. They paid for me and my 4 mates. No, me and my 3 mates. Yeah, so I brought my cameraman Sam Jones, who was doing all the media. My good friend Creamy, who's like does all my like training, but not boxing. You know, like strength and conditioning training.
Oh, yeah, S&C, yeah.
My strength, get me
Yeah.
fit and get me strong. And I took my mate Perry Atkinson, and he fought the chief of police the day before. And it was all on the news and everything. Like I was on their daytime TV, giving it the big end in my England top, big ginger afro on there.
Yeah, I've seen some clips. I've seen some clips, mate. Honestly, it's absolutely unreal. Wow.
Honestly, it's just no one could ever write that. But then, because obviously I've created my own little
Promotion.
fight, promoting. So everyone goes, no, he's shit. What you're doing, shit. So then, when I come to the BKFC, everyone's like, Ginge is 95% of the people. Only the people who thought I was going to win that was the lads in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The lads who are around me, the lads who are taking the time out to help me.
Yeah.
They know what I'm capable of. Do you know what I mean? But majority, even the people who love me and like me, are probably half like, well, Ginger's probably bitten off more than he can chew here. Do you know what I mean? So I proved a lot of people wrong that day.
You certainly did. Have
you got
anything else from guys at BKFC by way of a second bout in there?
Do you know what, mate? I don't want to go up and down the country fighting bare knuckle. I'll be honest. You bring that show on my doorstep again. Like I said, I'm the closest to there. I could jog there now. It's like, I think it's like 6K, 5K run, and I'm there. It's like 5 minutes in my car. Do you know what I mean? I'm the closest fighter to there. So I'll probably next time I get on there when they come, I'll be negotiating a bit more money because they know and I know I can sell the tickets on the side. But I got paid well. I can't moan. Do you know what I mean? But I know I could have made a lot more. That's the thing. So I'm kicking myself a little bit because they was hesitant to give me tickets. They was worried about me because how many tickets I was doing. Do you know what I mean? And I'd done them straight away, and I could have done another. I reckon I could have done another. Not being big-headed, I'm gonna lowball it. I could have done another 10 to 15,000 pounds worth of money in tickets. Yeah, easy.
Wow.
Another 10,000 easy. Because a lot of my mates, I couldn't sell to a lot of my mates. Do you know what I mean? But they had to let all the other fighters earn their money as well. Do you know what I mean? So you can't just come along and scoop it all up.
One take over place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I got my opportunity and I took it.
Do you know what though, Ginge? If you were to get like a call and maybe a short notice or something like that, numbers were right, would you travel there?
100%. I'd travel the world. I'd rather an international fight sounds better for me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you can fight in Cardiff. Yeah, you fight in Manchester, fight in London. Don't want to do it. I know on my own doorstep, I'll sell tickets. I'll make the money, and they know it. Keep me there local, and I'll keep fighting in Birmingham. But like I says, get me them European fights, get me them overseas fights, international ones. I'll have a go. But like I says, I'm saying all of this and that. The right fight has to be right as well, because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm some some heavyweight bare knuckle champion, because that's not the case. I'm just a lad, got a good following. I can sell a lot of stuff. You're all right. All right. You good, yeah? You had a good time? Yeah. That's my son there, just pulling up to me on his scooter. Little shit. Don't know what.
If I can just ask you then, how did you actually get into fighting? At what age and how did it all come about? Was it as you were a young kid, or it's something that happened later on? Or
so when I was about 9, my dad took me to this boxing gym called the Manor House. Done about 6 months as a kid. Never went again. But I'd done a little bit of sparring, and as I was growing up as a kid, I could box a little bit, like not good, but I knew about a double jab backhand and that. And then done a bit more when I was 16. And then there was these white collar shows. I was only about 18. I had one or two of them. Didn't do nothing. Bit of a pub, Jack the Lad geezer in the boozer. And then I come to I was about 25, 26, and then a bit of a rep in the boozer, and that I did at the time. Well, I felt like I did anyway. Do you know what I mean? In my head. And it was like daunting. So when I'd done them years ago, when I was like 18, 19, I had not one bit of fear. I must have been mad. Because then when I got to like 26, I was like, whoa, this is thingy. And then that was it then. And then basically I tried to set up a boxing event on at my local pub. And what happened was I ended up, I don't know if you've seen it. I went viral on a video at a fight in a car park.
Yeah.
That went viral. And then basically the pub, because it went viral, it was too small, the pub was, to put this show on. So
was that an organised fight, or was it just somebody filming and a video?
No, it's just something got filmed what shouldn't have been filmed. But
right, okay.
What happened, and it was like a witch hunt. And when it went viral across the world, I was on everyone's screen on the phone for about a week. And it was horrible. Like the whole family were distraught. And I was just like, don't worry. I was apologising to no one, and I done a video about a week later. And then some people was like, you know what, I like him. And then from then, I've just been creating something. So my first fight, Ginger's Dingers 1, that was in Prism nightclub. And then I've done Ginger's Dingers 2, my pal Bowser, he was in with the first one. And we've done that in H Street. I've done well on there. I've done about between me and my mate Bowser, probably done about 20 grand on that show. That was my second fight. Third fight, basically, there was a load of thingy went on. Shit revenue for, I think I walked out with 200 quid. Something stupid. That was on the third one. What else? Then I've had a couple more. And then I went to Africa and I've had a couple like tickovers and that. I went in the ring a few weeks before the BKFC. I went in the ring on my own show against some heavyweight who, he was one of my mates. Like, he was my very first sparring partner, and I was getting him on the show, and I couldn't get him an opponent. I says, yeah, I'll have a go with you. I ain't had a fight in a year. Bloody hell, big mistake. He nearly done me, did, but I got him. I done him in the end. But bloody hell, I was rusty. I was like out of shape. But I was at my worst, and I was
classic slow start again.
Win. I was still able to win, like, and you know what? It was just showed, like, you know. And then because of it, as soon as I got the BKFC call, as soon as I got the posters, and as soon as like it started to feel real, I switched on then. I was
going to say, did you switch on then? Did you up your training? Is that what, did you end up going to Fitness Factory?
Nah, I fight out of McCracken's, I do.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so Spencer McCracken Jr., that's who trains me. And he's a business partner with the gym as well. He's JK, and he was in my corner representing with my other mate, John Shaw. My mate, John Shaw's fighting the weekend. Don't know if you know a big heavyweight called
Travis Brown.
Brown, yeah. He's fighting Brown down Portsmouth, so I'm going to take the trip.
Yeah, he's a former champion. Dave Allen fought him a few years back, didn't he? Beat him.
It's a big thing, man. It's a big thing for John. It's a big thing for us. And it's a big thing for me as well, because it's got to be in the last 10 years I've been supporting Lucas Brown. I like him as an heavyweight, like always have 10 years ago. So for my mate, my very good China, to have a ding-dong with him, I'm buzzing for that. 16th, that is. Is it the 16th? I think it's the 16th. I don't know what date it is. I think it's the 16th of this month.
Yeah.
Are you still working towards opening your own boxing gym? You've been quoted as saying that you'd like to get.
Yeah. So this is another twist. I haven't said anything yet. So for a long time, been trying to set up a boxing gym. You got to go through all the channels. If you ain't doing it privately, you got to go through all the channels. Do you know what I mean? So there's no like shop or unit space or anything which is like up for lease, if you know what I'm saying, or up for rent. It's not like everything's owned by like Birmingham City Council if there's anything big enough. So there's a lot of hurdles and stuff like that. I've been on to multi meetings for years and years, and you know what? They want you to hear what you want to hear, if you know what I mean. So they say what you want to hear, but there's no action with them. So I'm taking it up on myself now. Come April and May, I'll be running for councillor in my area
Really?
to do something. Yeah. And then and then obviously you'll be sitting on tables. Yeah, I've been told like you ain't gonna be able to click your fingers and get stuff done. Well, definitely gonna make a difference compared to anyone else. So that's
awesome.
the position I'm gonna get myself in. So then Peaky Promotions can run fundraising events to get a boxing gym open on the area.
No,
And
awesome.
the events will keep it up and running. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's certainly taking politics in a different direction, mate. Having a bare knuckle fighter as a local councillor, mate, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. But this is the thing. Like, I'll put it all on the line. Like, you know, like, listen, I got that many people who want me to lose, see me to lose, and that. But I've got a lot who want me to see me to win as well. Do you know?
Well, you've worked hard to pull up this big following you've got over social media and stuff like that, and obviously that's only going to grow. The more successful you are with BKFC, the more successful Peaky Promotions is. The more that you get you out there in Sierra Leone, or you're doing your community things like gyms and stuff like that, mate. And
So that's the thing. So before I become councillor, my plan is obviously I've got the Peaky Promotions. We're going to be putting on events, and in between that, I'm going over to Sierra Leone, putting on an event over there. So when I went over there last time, they didn't even have lights. The amount of holes that are in the ring, it's unreal. It's unreal. Poor is an understatement. Like, so I've got my van there, and I've got all my Peaky Promotions ring canvas stuff. You know, like cost us £800. And the Peaky Promotions, the lads have got it and gone, you know what, we'll give that to them. It's going to have our logo everywhere as well, because we've got a new one come. We've got like LED lights, so they've got lighting for the ring. And then when I go over there, I've got a new sponsor on board, and we're going to fly out November. We're going to host the show over there, basically. And I might be taking one of my fighters over there to fight. I haven't done anything yet. Once I get it in pen and paper and get that, because I'll be straight. Like, I can't afford to bring fighters out there. But if people want the experience, I can line up the fights and be on the news, be in the paper, be on the radio. It's a big sing and dance, and we're building boxing now. Boxing over in Sierra Leone's the second biggest growing sport now, obviously beyond football. So the plan is to take, if it happens, we've got a sponsor on board, he's jumping on. So we're looking on getting a minibus out there for the boxing association, so the boxers can go places and train and do stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it can get them about. So we're going to do that, come over there, and then I'm going to try and set it up where I've got as many English lads as I can to pay for themselves, as in through the sponsorships and whatnot, and get some fights going on out there for February next year.
No, that's unbelievable. That's unreal.
That's in my head. Do you know what I mean? But if you don't speak it to thingy, you know.
Yeah, Ginge, you're actually an ambassador now for Sierra Leone boxing, is that right?
Yeah. So it's all paperwork's up now. So if I get in the right rooms and the right people, I'll be able to use this paperwork and set up foundations and stuff like that. So I privately want to try and get some land out there and build a gym, what they can use. Do you know what I mean? And then have it run, build a school out there for education. And hopefully, eventually, I know I'm speaking daft now, but like little holiday complex or something, you know, like people who are struggling or whatever. Yeah, I get it. I've got treatment here, I've got the gym there. Because once you go to Sierra Leone, mate, it's unreal. It's an unreal experience. You'd love it. You'd feel at home.
I was going to ask you, did it exceed your expectations? And before you went, and were people telling you maybe to give it a swerve, don't do it, or maybe
everyone told me not to go there. It was the best thing ever done. It's like my second home. I love it. I can't wait to get there again. Like I dream every day, like when am I going back? I want to get it, so I'm nice. I've got stuff running. I'll have a Ginger's bargains over there. I'm telling you.
I was going to say, with all this that's going on, have you got time to run Ginger's bargains, mate? You've got inspirational and exciting stuff going on, but what's happening with Ginger's bargains and all the big sellers, man?
I keep it open as much as I can, but I'm in a great position. What I've done in a business way, where I can afford to not go to work every day.
Yeah.
Good.
Not because I've got any money, but I've just tried to make myself as free as I can. So if I don't open my shop, my bills are not too much.
Yeah, they're not relying on it, as much.
Do you know what I mean? So I might be able to, like, a few £100 there, and I might be able to move, like, do my thing for a month or so.
Listen, mate, and with that time, it sounds like that you're doing all good and inspirational stuff, from going out there to trying to kick out knife crime in your local area, Shard End and stuff like that, and channeling all that spare time and energy in a positive way. And that's great to hear, and that's what people need to do and need to hear and need to see, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I try to be positive. I'm just like everybody else, though. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like everyone's. It's not hard, and it's not. I mean, it's not easy for anyone. Do you know what I mean? But I'm helping the lads. There's lads here now, and like they're like, thanks, Ginge, and that. Do you know what I mean? I'm stopping them drinking. They want to get in. So this is the thing with the little peaky contenders. That's what's helping the community a bit, because I'm getting people off the drink and the drugs and that. Yes, they're not boxers. We're not trying to bring you the big Peaky Promotions. That's the big venue. That's if you can cut the mustard. I'm not saying you can't get on there, but if you're entertaining and you can sell a load of tickets, why wouldn't we get you on there? Because at the end of the day, you've got to bring the revenue. Do you know what I mean? And this is where we're finding it. Well, I've just stuck 2 lads on. Never had a boxing lesson in the life, and I'll tell you what, the most entertaining thing it was hilarious. It was unreal.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it might not be technically brilliant, but if we're here for entertainment, then that's what it brings, isn't it?
And that's what it is. But then obviously the better fighting lads and all of that, we want everyone to support them. Do you know what I mean? So we've got on this Peakies, we've got like ex-professionals fighting, ex-amateurs. So the amateurs coming through, and I've got one amateur lad. He goes, the amount of recognition. He goes, I've had 30 fights as an amateur, and he goes, I've done well. He goes, no one knows me. He goes, as soon as I've jumped on there, and he had a great fight. He had a great fight with someone from the unlicensed scene. He's come from amateur, and they're fighting for a belt next. But everyone knew what a great night it was. It was like Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank back a day. Like, it was a proper fight, and the lads, and he was just saying, like, the amount of recognition he gets when he walks up the road and that, he loves it. He loves it, and he's come from an amateur background.
Little local legend, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, but this is the thing. What I do, but I'm all for and helping the grassroots of the sport with the amateur clubs, because there's a lot of these people who give up their time after work, their free time. Then in the weekends, they're travelling up and down the country with these lads, taking them off the streets, and there's no money earned in it. Do you know what I mean? And I take my hat off to them. I take my hat off to people like that.
Well, that's it, mate. Get them out of the park and into the gym, mate. It's inspirational stuff, and we need more people doing things like that in every community, not just the ones around your area, obviously. You're burning a torch for it around that area, mate. And it would be nice if we had more people doing the similar sort of thing everywhere around the country, getting people, like we say, out of parks, into gyms, focusing on something positive and getting themselves in a good place. God knows we all need it.
There is a few gyms, like, don't get me wrong, but there ain't enough, if you know what I mean. I feel like every estate should have their own gym.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Well, we wish you all the best with everything that you're doing with them, mate. You've got plenty there, and we, as a podcast, as a channel, we'd like to see you in that BKFC ring again, and I've talked to you face to face, and again, we thoroughly enjoyed it last time, mate. And or even if it's out of that and your projects are getting on, we'd love to speak to you again at some point and get any updates for that, pal.
Yeah, 100%. If you want to see me fight, get on hold of Andy Bakewell now. Get hold of him. Andy, I want bare knuckle. I'll be honest, my hand is still hurting me.
From that night.
Hurting me, you know.
Well, we have got a direct line to Andy, mate, so we'll give him a shout and say we need to get Big Ginge on some of these more cards. Like this is an entertaining.
Yeah, man. Yeah, especially them ones around the world. I'll talk it, I'll sell it, I'll sell the fight. You know what I mean?
Okay, mate. Well, Liam Smith, Big Ginge from Shard End, we much appreciate you taking a bit of time out of your day to speak to us.
Awesome,
Thank
mate.
you very much. Thank you
Keep
very
up,
much.
Ginge, keep up the good work as well, mate. It's mega work that you're doing for
Thank
community over in Sierra Leone. We'll definitely be keeping his eyes peeled on you moving forward, mate. I wish you all best as well.
When you ever want to come over and start documenting it, mate, you're more than welcome. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, honestly, it's the best thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome. While we're on that, guys, if you just all give us a follow and a subscribe, anybody who's listening here, there's about 85% of our viewers that don't subscribe. Yeah, if everybody finds it hard to press that subscribe button, so if you do, guys, it'll help us out massively. I don't know if anybody else watching here is a fan of Rico Franco, welterweight European champion. He's having another massive surgery, and Danny Mitchell's been out putting a GoFundMe page out for him this week. If you check Danny Mitchell's pages out for that, if anybody's interested in helping out Rico there, a legend of this sport already, current welterweight European champion. We'll try and post a link at the bottom of this video as well for anybody who's interested in helping out there. That'd be great. And once again, Big Ginge, we thank you very much for joining us today. This is No Bones Fight Talk in association with CJ Wassell Roofing Solutions. All the best, my friend, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Mate. See you
All
later.
best, mate.
Sure.
Cheers, buddy.